Oh, wow. It has been a long time since I last uploaded a video, so sorry about that. There's been just a lot of stuff going on in my life. I've moved jobs, moved houses, moved countries, just like a lot of stuff. Anyway, none of that matters now because it is RuneScape time. So if there's one thing I've learned from browsing the RuneScape subreddit is that everybody shares my love of questing. So let's start there and catch up with all of the juicy lore from the last year or so. First off, Azanadra's quest, a quest that everyone loves universally and no one is bitter about at all. When it comes to surviving the Elder Gods, our friend Azzy has lost faith in Seren and her council, and wants to take matters into his own hands. He's realized that it's not the Elder Gods themselves who will destroy us, but their children, who will eat the universe once they hatch. So, he wants us to find those Elder God eggs. How do we find those eggs though? Well, we hook up with one of his old friends and fellow Mahajarat, Trendine, and then we just go about asking people questions about the Elder Gods. I guess it's as good a place to start as any. We don't find anyone who just happens to know where the eggs are, but there are some chunky lore drops in this quest that build on finding out that we contain shadow anima in desperate measures. First, we learn that Ma wasn't corrupted by Wen, which was a popular fan theory, and instead the corruption is much more like Zautek's, further hinting that Zautek is in some way a kind of Elder God. Second, we learn that Guthix used both anima and shadow anima in the edicts, explaining why none of the gods could breach it. And third, we find out that Sliske was just a tool that Guthix manipulated into replicating this enchantment in us. I don't know quite how I feel about this. On the one hand, I like that it paints Guthix as more pragmatic and ruthless than some of the previous quests, where he just seemed tired and guilt-ridden. He obviously realizes that he's turning us into the World Guardian and effectively thrusting this enormous burden onto us without our consent, but he sees it as just something that has to be done. On the other hand, I'm a little jaded by the just-as-planned element going on. We already had Sliske as this master manipulator playing 4D chess with the other gods, and now we found out that this whole time he's just a pawn because Guthix has been playing, I don't know, like 5D chess, I guess, from Beyond the Grave. Is it even chess at that point? I don't know. Metaphors are hard, and I don't get paid to write this. It seems a little convenient is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, the real point of this quest is that actually we're being played in this quest. Azanadra's playing, like 3.5D chess maybe, and is just using our cachet as the World Guardian to sneak Trendine into secure locations to do some spying for him. His end goal is to steal Saradoma's crown, and, with our unwitting help, he's now able to. Also, the Temple Knights are secretly led by a demon and work for Zaros. Surprise! Whatever you do, Zaros successfully steals the crown from Saradomin, and this very much sets himself up as an antagonist going forward, along with Azanadra as well. This quest got a little bit of hate on release, probably from people who like Zaros and Azzy and are now worried that they're the bad guys and we'll have to fight them. It's definitely a departure from the you can support any god you want style that RuneScape had at the beginning of the 6th Age, as you have no choice in this one at all. I'm a little sad too, but RuneScape is full of sympathetic villains like Karapak who do the wrong things for the right reasons, and I'm really looking forward to how the Elder God questline pans out. Plus, if Zaros hadn't gone rogue, then we wouldn't get to see him make this absolute power play over Saradomin and just take his crown like it's nothing. Never stop being awesome, Zaros. Also, you do find the Elder God eggs. They were in the Heart of Gilnor the whole time. I mean, it's the same place they were hidden in Frenesgay. I feel like this shouldn't have come as a surprise to anybody. Overall, I still think this is a great quest, and without it we wouldn't have had such awesome reveals as the fact that Velinius, the secret demon boss of the Temple Knights, spent the last 1,000 years making up fake names for all his knights, like Ceramic Vase or Certification, just because he was, I guess, bored and thought it was funny. Honestly, I might do the same thing. Plus, if this isn't the greatest 10-second summary of the entire Sliske story arc, then I don't know what is. Yeah, I'm just as confused as you are, World Guardian. Next up in our questing extravaganza, the Battle of the Monolith mini-quests. They actually came out weekly as 4 sub-mini-quests. Mini-quests, I guess. And I'll be honest, they suck. I just spent about an hour in total disassembling logs for invention components whilst people fought around me as part of some tower defense game. That said, while the tower defense stuff is genuinely terrible gameplay, There's a lot of cool lore unfolding here, and it's worth going over. Firstly, Zaros assaults the archaeology monolith, which, if you didn't know, is also an Elder artifact called the Codex that is full of shadow anima. He takes control of it and activates a portal to Erebus, which is some kind of Zerosian afterlife that no one really knows anything about. And then he goes inside, basically saying Gilnor is doomed and he's just giving up. Unfortunately, shadow anima demons start spilling out and everyone has to team up to fight them, including all of the Zerosian followers like Azinadra that Zaros has just abandoned. In the end, we have to recruit the Tok'ha from the kiln to help fight the shadow demons back. Azinadra then closes the portal, absorbing enough energy to tip himself into godhood. The Tok'ha then decide that we're abominations for messing about with shadow anima and try to kill us. And yeah, that's it really. So yeah, it might be a mini quest, but in terms of story progression, it's huge. Zaros is just gone. Azinadra's a god. We're officially at war with the armies of the Elder Gods and the Tok'ha. It's all kicking off. Slight disclosure, I did these mini quests as they came out, but just didn't show them as I hadn't done Azinadra's quest yet and I wanted some questing continuity in my videos. And speaking of quest continuity, it's now time for City of Sentisten, the last of the quests that lead up to the start of the real Elder God Wars. The outpouring of shadow anima during the Battle of the Monolith has agitated the Elder God eggs, who are closer to hatching than ever. We found out in Azinadra's quest that to hatch the eggs, the Elder Gods need to only reach out and touch them, and once the new cycle of the Elder Gods are born, they instantly set out to consume the universe. The Elder Gods are just waiting for the eggs to absorb enough anima before setting everything into motion, and according to Ariane and Karos, this moment is fast approaching. But what to do? The plan is to hold the eggs hostage and drain them of anima. Destroying the eggs won't work, as then we just have to deal with the angry parents who will kill us, but if we can drain the eggs of anima as fast as they're absorbing it, then we'll be able to buy some time for a more permanent solution. Step in stage left, Azinadra. As he feels bad about tricking us earlier, and also guilty that the world is falling apart now that Zaros has opened the monolith. Don't get me wrong, he still thinks Zaros is awesome and totally right, but with Zaros seemingly gone for good, for the first time in millennia, Azinadra actually has to make a choice for himself, and he's choosing to help. He's offering both a way to move the eggs from their current location, he'll teleport them, as well as a place to defend them, the city of Sentisten, the empty and abandoned capital of the ancient Zerosian Empire. It kind of makes sense because it's both defensible, but also free from collateral damage because no one lives there anymore. Also, this is Sentisten. We've been hearing about this place since the Soulswing quest in 2006, if not maybe longer, and now we finally get to go there, which is just awesome. Obviously, we instantly agree and forgive Azzy for betraying us earlier. I mean, just look at his little face. He's like an adorable, huggable Wi-Fi router. I can't say no to him. Also, I'm not sure I mentioned this, but for the last few quests, we've started kind of going insane and hearing Slisky-like voices talking to us. Kind of buried the lead there, I guess, but I've mentioned it now. Once the eggs make it to Sentisten, we'll need to defend them, as well as siphon away the excess anima so they don't wake up. For this, we'll need the help of the other gods, Armadale, Saradomin, Seren, and Zamorak, who surprisingly all agree, like just instantly on the spot. So all that's left is to rock up and excavate the city? All by myself? No, seriously, Azzy, don't help, just stand there, I've got this covered. Don't we have, like, interns for this kind of stuff? I swear we had interns. Anyway, this city is really cool. I mean, just look at this place. Seriously, it's epic. The art team absolutely killed it with this one, as did the music team. Just the quality of the new quests is so insane compared to the old ones. It's awesome that we actually have, like, the god eggs right here. I feel like I've waited years for this. So, it turns out we have to run around the city, picking up different orbs to help build a shadow magic defense around the eggs, which mostly involves random little puzzles, which is surprisingly hard without a guide. I've spent about 30 minutes trying to work out this blood gem puzzle. We are literally doing an accountancy audit of a 1,000-year-old blood business, and let me tell you, I am not an accountant. Problem solved. And now, I get to kill the previous owner. That's what you get for dodging taxes, you noob. There's tons of flavour in Sentisten, but not a huge amount of actual lore drops, except this surprisingly PG Easter egg about Zemrigal's love life. And also this O.J. Simpson reference? I didn't see that one coming, Jagex. Did not see that one coming at all. There's this darkness effect in Sentisten that ticks up in damage as you spend time outside, and it's actually pretty spicy. Fuck me, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage! Is this place a safe death? Did I almost lose my hardcore status? This place has to be a safe death. That is so harsh. Anyway, the quest ends with Kerapak showing up, now an agent of Jazz once more, to announce he is on his way to collect the eggs. And that's it. I don't think you actually need to do this quest to unlock Kerapak as a boss. In fact, I'm like 99% sure you don't, but canonically it makes sense to. As I mentioned at the start of the episode, I'm pretty backlogged, so most of these clips were filmed before Kerapak was released as a boss fight, except some of the voiceover clips I've just done recently. But the good news is I have tons more content for the next episodes already recorded, so I will start putting that together, and shouldn't take a year this time. So thanks for watching, and see you next time, where I'll be back to more regular content like bossing, skilling, and slaying.